welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Well, friends, we are back in Bloomington with Karen Kingsbury's The Baxters. Yes, y'all might have thought I have forgotten about them, but no, they have been on the radar. I have been visiting here and there and just gather my information, trying to lay it out so we can talk about this thing. And I'm going to try to keep it very, very brief. Like I said earlier, when I started reviewing this series, that I wasn't going to be doing actual recaps because that would have been just too long. And I just want to just give you all a little taste of what's happening here. And I hope you all are watching as well and keeping up and watching along with me. However you decide to do it, I'm just happy you are joining me for this video. So yes, we're going to be talking about a few relationships here in this video. We're going to obviously be talking about Kari and Tim, which, like I said, this season has been starting off with them. They have been like the foundation of this series, and so many different things have been going on with them. And as y'all know from my last review, I am rooting for Tim and Kari right now. As of now, I am doing that because he has made some very wonderful changes. All right, I'll just say that. And I am very proud of Tim, okay? So with that being said, I am right there with them, hoping that this whole thing works out and they can make it through. And then we're going to be talking about Regan. Oh, I hope I got her name right, because I said I'd be tripping over this girl name, this character name. Regan and Luke. Yes, that is like the little baby foundation here. They are on the dating scene right now. And we're going to be talking about that just a little bit, you know, because I can tell certain things are going to be we're going to be exploring them a lot more as this season, you know, progresses and we move into the next season. So that's why I'm going to mention them here in this video. And then we're going to have Landon Ashley, which is not necessarily, nothing is really floating in that area, but you can tell there are some underlining things that are happening there that we want to happen. At least I want, all right? And Ashley just needs somebody special in her life because she is just a little bit too spicy and she needs somebody to kind of like balance her out and to calm her down a little bit. And I think Landon will do the thing for her, okay? So yes, well, let's get into Tim and Kari, y'all. Y'all know how it has been going. They have been going through some, they've been on a ride, y'all. And here we are, like I said in that last review, Tim has come to his senses. He has asked forgiveness from his wife Kari, as well as from the Lord God. He has forgiveness, and he is just ready to make changes. And he has not only just said this out of his mouth, but his actions are showing this as well when he signs up for, I guess, like AA or something like that. And so he is very, very serious about this. And here we are in this episode. It is like 5 months has passed since between the last episode and now. So it's like 5 months has passed. So you can imagine Kari, little baby belly, that little baby, the little bump there is like out there. So she looks very, very pregnant here in this episode, and we are excited for her. We like, yeah, y'all know how this, when you see pregnant women, you're like, oh, that's so cute, the little baby bumps and all of that, your little cute maternity clothes, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's how we looking at Kari. We're like, wow, you are officially gonna be a mom. Not that you never were gonna be a mom just because we didn't see it, but you know what I mean. You like really there. Everybody can see it now, okay? So she's got that going on, and she looks amazing. She just looks like she's just really going, like that element fits her. She looks like she's in her element. She looks like she's very, very happy the way things are going with her and Tim. The way that they talk to one another, like their gestures, it looks like there is healing that has been going on. It has been progressing. They have been meeting with their marriage counselor, and they've been doing this faithfully. You can tell that they've been consistent because even Tim looks different. In his eyes now, he doesn't look like he looked in the previous episodes. He looks like genuine, authentic now. He looks meek and mild. He looks like the kind of guy that's just sweet and adoring that you cannot even imagine stepping out on his wife or even wanting anybody outside of his wife. That's how he appears in this episode, and I just love that. That is bringing me back into the story, that giving me that hope of, you know, that real love exists out there, all that kind of good stuff. That's what we're getting as the audience here, and I just love that. And I love love the honesty here. I love that they're not shying away from the reality of the things that has taken place. They are facing those things head on, and they are recognizing that, hey, they both could have done better, but it is all right now. Just like God forgives, we forgive one another, and we know that we are on a new path together, and we are new parents here now. It's like they're just starting completely over, and like most people may think that is not possible because you have probably heard it said, I can forgive, but I can't forget. And to me, that is not true forgiveness, because that is not how God forgives. When he forgives us, he truly wipes the slate clean. He casts them all into the depths of the sea. Remember them no more. And although that could seem like impossible for human beings because we know how we are, it is possible with God. And we see this here with Kari and Tim. Yes, you can tell that they are still healing here, but at the same time, you can tell that that old life is slowly but surely passing away. And I love that. In a matter of 5 months, they have gone so far. Tim has got his little coin or whatever that shows that he has like been 5 months sober. No drinking and none of these things, and we're just like, wow, we're proud of him. We're like, yes, we're rooting for this couple here now, and to me that makes me feel good. And y'all know, I do love a little bit of drama here and there, and this show started out power banging, like power, like it was just in my face, like pow pow pow, with the drama and stuff. And yes, we could all use that, and we love it, we're here for it, but at the same time, I like the little dips too, when we go into like a little bit of a slower pace, a little slower season where things can seem like, oh, okay, I can breathe now, everything is okay. I like that. In this episode, for me, that's where we're at here. It's like almost like a dip into this roller coaster. Like your stomach is like being able to rest. It's not that drop, like you're just dropping from high above. And so I can breathe a little bit, and I'm happy now. But I can also tell by the way that this episode ends that we're gonna be back on that roller coaster again. So it's like, hold on, prepare yourself. Okay, that's how I feel. I'm just holding on. I just know it's coming. It's coming. And even though you can only prepare so much for what is about to happen, that is like real life as well. When you know, okay, that life is not gonna always be like this. They're gonna be those dips. There are going to be times where you're up here, you're down here, you're in the middle, all that kind of stuff. And as much as we as human beings try to have control over that and prepare ourselves for that, it's like you never really can be prepared. The most you can do is just like enjoy the moment, go along with the ride, and just hope that, God would just have mercy and be gracious unto you. That's like the best that you can just really do, instead of, because you'll drive yourself crazy if you're just like, no, I'm just going to live my life. You're preparing for the worst, and you're not really living. And so I love that in this episode I see more of Tim and Kari. They're in that season right now where they're just living. They're not necessarily trying to prepare for the worst. They're not worried about tomorrow and and how they were in the past, in these past episodes. I love that they're just kind of laid back and they're just enjoying the moment, and I am enjoying it with them. Okay, so in this episode, Kari does find out the sex of the baby, and that's what I mean that they are enjoying the moment, because before they found out the sex of the baby, they were trying to pick the colors of the room, the nursery, and they both were on different spectrums. Kari wanted like a gray or whatever, doom and gloom. That's how I looked at it. I mean, she was trying to put a different spin on gray, but come on now, okay? We think storms, we think gray. And so I love that Tim was probably a little bit more on the brighter end. He was like, can we possibly consider like yellow or something? So they were kind of like on different spectrums, but at the same time, it didn't cause a debate or anything. And Tim was like, you know what? Why don't we just find out what the sex of the baby is? I mean, it could just cut all of this other stuff out, and then we'll really know exactly which direction to go with this nursery. And Kari was like, yeah, like it just hit her like, I know, why didn't I think of that? And so I love that they were, and to me, that was one of those moments where I felt like they were just chilling, just enjoy life. Why make stuff so complicated? And you just taken away from the experience. You're only going to be pregnant with this baby this one time. It's not going to repeat itself. Okay, if you get pregnant again, it's going to be with a whole another kid, and that's a total different experience. And so I love that we know every day is not going to be exactly the same. You don't get that day over again. And so with them finding out the sex of the baby, I felt like that's what was happening here. They are living in the moment. They are breathing. They're enjoying themselves. And so I'm not going to say here in this video what they're going to have. I mean, you can find out when you watch it. I'm not trying to just, give away all of these things, okay? So, yeah. So, I will say this. They are happy about it. But at the same time, it does bring up some old wounds with Kari here, because they have been pregnant before and lost a child. And so she is in this moment where she's like kind of reliving that, thinking about that, and now those fears are resurfacing, and she's wondering, like, can I really get through this thing again? If it happens again, can I make it through this? And and I can understand that if you have experienced something like that, a miscarriage or stillbirth or whatever the case may be, and you happen to be pregnant again, I can understand that that may come up and you may have that fear. So here she is, but I love she's not holding it in. She's not eternalizing it. She is actually expressing this to her husband, because if anybody understands what you went through, even though he's not going to understand exactly because the baby wasn't inside of him, but if anybody really understands that kind of pain and the turmoil that you're going through, it is going to be that father, your husband here, because not only did you lose that child, he lost that child as well. And so I love that they are doing this together. They're like walking through, holding hands together, and inviting each other into that space, whatever it is that they're going through. And to me, that was so much growth here. I feel like any couple, we're going to talk about marriage here, okay? Any marriage couple will benefit from this and understand, like, you really are one. Stop operating as two and really operate as one. Like, you're connected. That is your other half, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're going through things and you're feeling some kind of way about something, don't hold that in. Express that to your spouse, okay? So y'all can just get through it together instead of allowing it to cause some kind of rift and tear in the relationship. And I love that Kari here in this episode is making steps in that direction, and she's learning how to do that. And so yes, I'm proud of Tim and Kari here. So that's what's going on with them. They're in a little bit of a slow season right now, a little slower space, and we're gonna let them enjoy that. That's why I had to create that thumbnail the way it was. Got a little picture of them together, and it just seemed like a chill, homey, comfy thumbnail with me in the picture, because we family. I'm part of the family too. So yeah, that's what is happening with them. But here, as far as if you want to think about a little bit of drama going on in this episode, I would say the most it would be is with Ashley and Landon. Y'all know Ashley has always been just a mess. And like, people just can't get her. They don't understand her. It's like every time you try to understand this girl, you end up upsetting her, or you end up just upsetting yourself. And you're just like, oh, why did I even decide to deal with this? Let me just walk away, give her space. That is how everybody kind of deals with Ashley. And they understand her past, what she went through, but I don't think they understand how much she is living in that same place that she was hurt at. It's like she's reliving that every day. She hasn't gotten forgive me, y'all, she hasn't gotten through that. She hasn't gotten over it, and nobody really knows. And so they're thinking, what they don't understand, like, why are you seem like you just always trying to cause issues? Why you always getting into it with everybody, no matter who they are? That's how it just seems like with Ashley. And so in this episode, we get a little bit of understanding of why she's the way that she is, what is going on with Ashley here. And so I appreciate that, because that it will really have you like that. Like, what is going on with this girl? Like, every time you turn around, there's always something. Like, you never pleased, you're never happy. Like, what is it, Ashley? Okay, just talk to us about it. Talk to us, okay? I'm just tired of it. And that's how you be feeling. But in this episode, you understand her more, because it shines light on her story a little bit. We understand where she's coming from. She's living in a painful, hurtful place, literally, over and over and over again every day. And you just can't imagine. I mean, if anybody was living like this, you would be a hot mess as well. Nobody want to be bothered with you either. And so I love here that we do get get into Ashley business a little bit, all right? Because she ain't gonna tell you her business. You gotta get in there. You gotta dig deep with Ashley. And so here, one of the people we are really introduced to here is Landon, and you can tell the way that Landon looks at Ashley that he in love, okay? I don't care what nobody's saying. Landon is in love with this girl, all right? They known each other since childhood. You can just see it. I just feel that way, all right? But you also can tell that Ashley is, like, she knows that is the case. I feel that way. Like, she kind of gets that vibe from him. But at the same time, she is, like, pulling back. For whatever reason, she just doesn't want to take it there. She loves their friendship. She's safe with their friendship, and she's not willing to lose that or to risk that. And on top of that, she knows what kind of person she is. She knows that she could be a handful, and she knows that she can hurt people without even knowing it. And I feel like she's trying to protect herself from Landon, but also protect Landon from herself here. And so I understand that, and I appreciate that, because it just really makes me feel like that's your person, because you're going through all of this, you know, to keep y'all apart from like getting into a certain area, all right, a certain degree, all right, a certain realm, because you don't want to not only be hurt, but you also don't want to hurt him. And that says a lot about how you feel about him, because you're going through all this, you know, to spare him, to spare his heart, to protect his heart, even though he's willing to just thrust it out there and just let whatever happened to it happen, because he feels like he just loves Ashley. Ashley is just everything to him. And he's not saying it here, but in his eyes, the way, his gestures, the way that he's able to be patient with her, to deal with her, is just like, that's, you know, it's there. And I just love it. Y'all know I'm all here for a good love story. So I look forward to see what's going to happen with them. But we're going to leave it at that, because I don't want to say too much about them. Okay, now Regan and Luke, all right. Y'all know that they've been dating for a little minute now. It's been like 5 months. They've been dating as long as Kari and Tim been going through their little thing, okay? And so in this episode, they're getting more friendlier with one another. They're getting to know each other a little bit more. You can tell they have stepped into another level of their relationship, where, like I told you the last episode, I think they were defining their relationship. Here they know that they actually are in a relationship, and it's just cute. It's adorable, because Luke is just like, you look at him like a baby brother, and this is like almost his first experience of being in love here, or just learning what love is. And that's what you get from Luke here. And he's just so sweet, so considerate, and he just has that about himself. He just wants to please God. He wants to be good and obedient and honor his parents. He wants to protect his sisters and be there for his sisters and his family. And that's all you really get from Luke. So I can understand why Regan just feels like she's just done hit the jackpot here. Like, what are the chances of meeting a guy like this who just has such an amazing heart, like literally. And so I know that kind of a little bit scares her, because this is something that you don't see, and you feel like probably don't exist. You feel like it only exists in movies or something, but at the same time, every day it's becoming more and more real to her, and she has to figure out what she wants to do with this, where she's willing to go with this. And yeah, I am here for it. So yeah, that's really what I have to say about this episode so far. I'm loving it. I'm into it. It's not disappointing me. I'm there. I'm engrossed in the story. I'm loving the characters, and I just can't wait to get to the next episode. So that's where I am. So with that being said, we're gonna get into our scripture, and we're coming out of Proverbs 17. Proverbs 17 verse 9. No, yes, chapter 17 verse 9. And it reads, "He who covers a transgression seeks love, but he who repeats it." No, that's, sorry, forgive me, y'all. Wrong one. "A present is a precious stone in the eyes of its possessor." So this is 17:8. All right. "A present is a precious stone in the eyes of its possessor. Wherever he turns, he prospers." And to me, that present in this episode is love. All right. So that's all I have for you for this video, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember, as I always say, and I also leave in the description box, please leave your comments, your thoughts, your prayers, your overall take. You know, if you're watching this, you plan on watching this, all that good stuff. If you read the books, let me know. I want to hear about it. So until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.